Kool-Aid brand soft drink.
Have you ever seen a commercial so weird it made you question reality? Today we're counting down 10 absolutely unhinged commercials that somehow made it to air. From talking dogs guilt-tripping teens to giant pictures destroying walls, these ads left viewers traumatized, confused, or both. Starting at number 10, Gushers Fruit Head Fever ran from 1992 to 1998. Picture this, normal middle schoolers bite into a candy and boom! Their heads transform into giant, photorealistic fruits. We're talking full mango domes, raspberry skulls, citrus heads replacing human faces. The visual effects were cutting edge for pre-Jurassic Park times, using early CGI compositing that made these transformations look disturbingly real. The whole thing played out like snack food body horror. You could see arteries of neon juice bulging under the fruit skin. Eyelids disappeared behind glossy rinds. Kids watching at home loved the spectacle, but parents flooded General Mills with complaint letters. They called it nightmare fuel and accused the company of showing false depictions of anatomy.
It's new Fruitomic Punch Gushers, the fruit snack bursting the juicy fruit punch in the middle.
Despite the backlash, these ads ran for 6 whole years and boosted sales by 23%. Gushers scored major cross-promotions with Goosebumps and Jurassic Park lunchboxes. The campaign became so iconic that millennials on TikTok still replay these commercials while chanting "Where's my fruit head?", mourning the transformation that marketing promised, but reality never delivered. This campaign marked a huge shift in how companies marketed snacks to kids. Products weren't just tasty anymore, they promised experiential metamorphoses. This paved the way for the extreme branding boom of the 90s, like Fruit by the Foot tongue tattoos and Dunkaroos face paint frosting. The line between playing and eating got so blurred that regulators started paying attention. The FTC never took action, but media ethics courses still use Gushers as their prime example when teaching about transformative identity in youth advertising. Moving to number 9, the Stranger Danger puppet PSAs that ran from 1984 to 1994. While most Gen Xers remember the gentle star wipe of the More You Know campaign, a darker breed of safety spots haunted Saturday morning TV blocks. The worst offenders were Yellow Dino and Get Street Smart, featuring felt-skinned puppets with glossy lips who lurked in empty playgrounds. These puppets taught kids to scream, "Hey, get out of my face," at sketchy adults in trench coats. The uncanny ventriloquist mouth movements combined with dark alley lighting created an accidental horror movie vibe. Think Labyrinth meets true crime reenactment. Teachers praised the clear safety instructions, but child psychologists later argued these PSAs amplified stranger dread and taught kids to avoid all adults rather than use situational judgment.
Tell a stranger your name, don't give out your number.
The production stories make it even weirder. Many spots were filmed on leftover public access sets at 3 a.m. to save money. Voice actors pulled double duty as puppeteers, reading cautionary scripts that legal teams rewrote hourly to dodge defamation lawsuits. Despite the surreal tone, impact studies showed the campaign briefly correlated with more hotline reports as kids called in every time a neighbor simply said, "Hi." The series eventually disappeared when airtime reforms bundled health messages into less psychologically intense kid-vid bumpers. But its cult status lives on through YouTube compilations with reaction thumbnails titled "I Survived This PSA." Alright, before we continue, if our content resonates with your childhood, please subscribe to our channel so we have the support we need to continue creating these videos, and give this video a like while you're at it. Let's get back to it. At number 8, Cheetos Chaotic Chester from 2008 to 2011. When PepsiCo decided Cheetos had grown too kiddie, they hired Goodby, Silverstein, and partners to reboot Chester Cheetah as a digitally rendered gremlin of petty revenge. The campaign, called the Orange Underground, showed office workers sprinkling flamin' hot crumbs into vacuum cleaners or unleashing pigeons onto rivals' picnics while Chester whispered encouragement. The ads walked a weird line between prank show and threat. Critics joked Chester had become the Joker with cheetah spots. A Super Bowl 43 commercial even showed Chester commanding pigeons to mob a snooty cafe patron. The results were paradoxical. Brand awareness among adults exploded, but complaints about bullying messaging to PepsiCo's hotline doubled. Schools started banning Cheetos bags, claiming the ads encouraged disciplinary incidents. Kids were trying to orange dust their classmates. Meanwhile, online adoption flourished. OrangeUnderground.com let users type commands for a CGI Chester to perform, evolving from Burger King's subservient chicken interface. Despite winning awards at Cannes, PepsiCo killed the rogue Chester in 2012 and went back to family-friendly animations. Media scholars now teach Chester's rogue era as an example of permission marketing gone feral. Number 7. Baby Bottle Pop's sugary pacifiers from 1998 to 2008. Tops launched this candy with a jingle so catchy that entire playgrounds sang it in unison. Baby Bottle Pop, lick it, dip it, shake it. The candy itself was bizarre. A tiny baby bottle with a rubber nipple lollipop you dipped into sour powder. It basically turned tweens into giant babies sucking neon pacifiers while MTV played in the background.
Just lick the pop, dip it and shake it, and lick it again. It's a baby bottle pop, baby bottle pop.
The Jonas Brothers even re-recorded the tune in 2008, adding tween idol glamour to what was essentially edible infant equipment. Nutrition advocates slammed it as a sugar delivery vector that normalized regressive consumption, but merchandising exploded anyways. Codes hidden in bottle stems unlocked a Club Penguin-style virtual world where avatars roamed Sugartown. At its peak, Baby Bottle Pop grabbed 10% of the US novelty candy market, but regulators in Mexico and Chile later banned cartoon mascots on high-fat sugar and salt foods, forcing repackaging abroad. Looking back, the campaign predicted today's kid-core aesthetic, celebrating childhood icons through ironic, hyper-sweet nostalgia. Number 6. Quizno's Sponge Monkeys in 2004. Picture two creatures that looked like half-shaven chinchillas, stitched to potatoes, with taxidermy eyes, strumming ukuleles, and shrieking "We love the subs 'cause they are good to us." These Sponge Monkeys jumped straight from UK animator Joel Veitch's viral "We Like the Moon" flash animation into Quizno's national TV buy with barely any design changes. Consumers were completely split. Some people laughed until soda shot from their noses. Others swore never to eat a sandwich again. Franchisees complained that children cried at the counter.
We love these subs! 'Cause they are toasty subs!
Quiznos had hired the Martin agency specifically to out-weird Subway's wholesome Jared spots. The agency argued memorability would beat revulsion and initial Q scores did spike. But sales failed to match the buzz. Within a year, the rodents were exiled, becoming a textbook example of how attention doesn't equal conversion. Ironically, the Sponge Monkeys made a comeback in 2023 when Quiznos resurfaced them for an NFT tie-in, betting on meme nostalgia. The reaction was much warmer this time, proving that time can transform even the scariest mascots into beloved kitsch. Halfway through at number 5, the anti-drug talking dog PSA from 2007. The Office of National Drug Control Policy aired this spot showing a Labrador sitting in a kitchen chair telling a teen girl, "I'm your dog. I'm disappointed in you." What they meant as a gentle guilt trip landed as comedic surrealism. Within weeks, parody remixes flooded Funny or Die and Joe Rogan Live. Adweek ranked it among PSAs that make you want to take drugs. Academic follow-ups revealed a grim boomerang effect. Teens who saw the ad reported higher cannabis intentions, likely because the talking animal undercut the message's seriousness.
I wish you didn't smoke weed. You're not the same when you smoke.
The backlash exposed a fundamental truth about fear-based messaging. Anthropomorphic pets can't carry moral weight. The ONDCP quietly retired the dog series in 2009, switching to brain science animations instead. But the meme endures. TikTok's disappointed dog tag has millions of views of owners lip-syncing the canine sigh while friends pass joints off camera. Number 4. Burger King's Subservient Chicken from 2004 with a 2014 revival. Imagine a man in a dingy living room wearing a full chicken suit, responding in real time to any command you typed. Moonwalk, play dead, even hide behind the couch. CP&B's website combined pre-recorded clips with algorithmic matching, creating the illusion of true interactivity years before Twitch existed. The TV teaser ran during the OC, then sent viewers online, making it a landmark in cross-platform 360-degree campaigns.
Simple. Type in what you want the chicken to do, and he does it. Want him to hula hoop? Make a sandwich? Do the hokey pokey? Just type it in.
Parents were confused. Was Burger King really telling kids to boss around poultry? Critics also noted BDSM overtones in the word subservient. BK brushed off concerns, flaunting their billion-view analytics and doubling down with pay-per-view specials. A decade later, they launched Missing Chicken, a found-footage sequel framed as dystopian surveillance, proving the chain understood its audience's morbid curiosity. Media scholars call Subservient Chicken the Rosetta Stone of viral puppetry, bridging 90s shock tactics with Web 2.0 engagement. Number 3. Pop-Tarts' Crazy Good Escape Saga from 2004 to 2018. Kellogg's long-running animated series showed sentient toaster pastries plotting escape from their fiery fate. The storylines got progressively darker. A newborn Pop-Tart wrapped in foil gets eaten seconds after birth. A karate Pop-Tart abandons a friend to die in the toaster while smoke bombing his own escape. Others disguise themselves in hot dog buns only to be outed by hungry teens. The tone felt like Looney Tunes mixed with Final Destination. Kids could quote the crazy good Sting by heart, giving massive brand recall. But watchdog group 1 Million Moms condemned the ads for gratuitous pastry violence. Behind the scenes, writer-director Don Hertzfeldt's rough rubber hose animation style was intentionally unsettling. Executives believed the threat of edible mortality would etch brand identity deeper than happy songs alone. Sales data backed this dark strategy. Pop-Tarts maintained double-digit growth during the early Crazy Good years. When the campaign finally ended, Tumblr communities had already created fan lore about heroic Frost Knights battling toaster overlords, arguably the first instance of breakfast food dark fandom. Number 2. Skip It's hyper-caffeinated jingle from 1988 to 1993. This commercial featured an announcer belting "Skip it, skip it, skippin'" and a screamin' at warped speed, while kids swung neon ankle cuffs that whirled plastic balls like medieval flails. Camera angles Dutch tilted to mimic whiplash. Stunt doubles hopped until sweat misted the lens.
So skip it, to run, to jump, to hop, hop.
Parents reported broken shins, chipped patio tiles, and emergency room visits for twisted ankles. Yet demand soared so high that Tiger Electronics patented an onboard digital counter to gamify spin counts. The commercial's intensity matched the 90s Toyverse arms race, where every product needed an extreme audio-visual hook to capture MTV adult attention spans. Skip It even appeared in the Hong Kong wuxia film Butterfly and Sword, cementing its pop culture status. Time magazine later named it one of the 100 greatest toys, but not before school principals banned it from recess, citing rope-like hazards. The ad sits at the intersection of nostalgia and liability, reminding marketers that hype can literally trip people up. Finally, number 1, Kool-Aid Man's perpetual wall smash from 1975 to present. Long before Marvel multiverses existed, a giant anthropomorphic pitcher of cherry drink burst through living room walls, shouting, "Oh yeah, no doorbell required." The Kool-Aid Man concept dates back to 1954, but the mid-70s TV spots crystallized the formula. Kids complain about thirst, walls explode, property damage happens, mom smiles anyway. The gag repeated for decades, evolving from 2D animation to foam suit live action and later CGI. Property damage jokes became so entrenched that the mascot was immortalized outside Mann's Chinese Theater by literally smashing a plywood set on the Walk of Fame. Recently, the bid jumped from screens to TikTok's Kool-Aid Man Challenge, where teens plowed through backyard fences for clout, leaving splintered pickets and misdemeanor charges behind.
Alright! It's Kool-Aid to the rescue, the one for kids. Kool-Aid brand.
Police departments have issued PSAs ironically echoing the original commercials. Please use the gate. Oh no. Meanwhile, health advocates criticize the character for glamorizing high-sugar drinks, contrasting childhood chaos with rising diabetes stats. Yet nostalgia proves powerful. Kraft Heinz resurrected the pitcher annually in 3D billboards, proving that even drywall carnage translates to brand equity when the catchphrase is iconic enough. These 10 campaigns share one thing: spectacle first, logic second. Advertising thrives on that cognitive jolt. The wait for what reflex that makes brands stick in your brain. But the long-term consequences show attention alone can't guarantee goodwill or ethics. Today's world still produces unhinged ads, but maybe we've learned to not literally crash through walls.